hello there, YouTube. Hello, the devil are we all? I am very well. Um, Today, I'm going to be taking the challenge set up by Richard the Penis Coughlin, called "How Much Bullshit Can You Handle?" Where you take a look through, you get nominated by someone else, and I was nominated by Kristi Winters, who hasn't actually done her one yet because she's travelling and stuff. But anyway, someone nominates you, and you get to look through the Twitter feed of one of these fucking right-wing scumbags and see how much bullshit can you handle, how many tweets can you get through and look at, and all of that jazz. And Kristi, being the blessed creature that she is, has given me Ann Coulter to look at, so that'll be fun, won't it? Um, yeah. So I'm going to be doing that basically and seeing how much bullshit I can handle. I like to think my threshold for bullshit is quite high, but we'll see. For those who don't know, Ann Coulter is the religious, fucking right wing, ultra conservative dickhead from America. Uh, so we'll have a look at that. Before we get going with that, though, I've got to nominate someone. So I'm going to nominate the channel of Rose Williams, a superb creator of a relatively niche variety. The channel is the American Anarchist, but even if you're not an anarchist, go and check her channel out. It's very good. And I've chosen to nominate her to look at the Twitter account of Richard Spencer, the leader of the National Policy Institute and the Nazi with the most punchable face in the world. So enjoy that, Rose. Anyway, let's take a look at the Twitter account of Ann Coulter, because uh, that'll be fun. Apparently, let's have a look. Right, so are we sure? Stop fucking hide that bollocks, right? Right, so everyone can see that now. Cool. If there's anyone in the chat, can someone try and help me count the things, because I'll forget. But I'll probably have to go back and check anyway. Right, so let's have a look. First off, we have, maybe we can start building a wall, which is in response to, oh, it's a 10-minute fucking Donald Trump video. I'm not playing the whole 10 minutes, bollocks to that. It says, time to start building in our country with American workers and with American iron, aluminium, and steel. It is time to put America first. Why didn't you do that before, Donald, then, when you allowed Russian steel to be used instead that you said American steel was going to be used in? You're talking shite. But as to what Anne says, we can start building a wall. That wall's never going to happen. I mean, literally, it isn't going to happen. And if it did, it wouldn't be effective in any way whatsoever. They've pushed it back and back and back. Yeah, you're not getting the funding for that, it would appear. Even though I think, was it Trump who tried to cut a deal around the budget to do with oh, we'll give you $1 in funding for Obamacare for every dollar you give for the wall, and everyone went, nah. So yeah, you can stick your wall up your anus, and then it's responding to the same thing, not just words, please. Responding to this, why would you respond to the same video? What? Oh, I don't know. That's very strange. I mean, you've got 140 characters to play with. I don't know why you've done that in two tweets. That's stupid. And Coulter retweeted someone called Dan Ryle. Never heard of him. Even students are ashamed of this teacher for flipping off the White House. Why would anyone be remotely ashamed of someone for flipping off a building? What kind of fucking school is this where students are ashamed of a teacher for doing something vaguely rebellious? It must be the squarest school ever. Oh boy, the New York Post. Oh, what a surprise. That's a Murdoch rag, isn't it, I think? Anyway. Breitbart News. Oh, that'll be shite, won't it? Let's have a look what that is. Padded room ASAP. Al Gore says, oh shit. Al Gore says God told him to fight global warming. I thought Breitbart was really religious. Why is that a padded cell necessary? I mean, it's a stupid thing to say because, well, it's bollocks, isn't it? But well, I thought Breitbart was pro-religious nonsense. Anyway, another one of these quote unquote religious liberals. Yeah, angled as one of these people that thinks liberals are like the devil or something. But you can't be a religious liberal, really? On what are you basing that, other than your own fucking delusions? Anyway, right. So that's four, is it? I think four. Right. I should really have like a counter or something. Anyway, four. Former FBI. Right, so you retreat someone called G. Pyle with the stars and stripes. Hashtag Make America Great Again. Former FBI Assistant Director Kalestrom, which is a decidedly foreign name, that one. Comey made a fool of himself. Should we have a look what this bollocks is? How long does this video go on for? It's a former FBI on why he believes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's from Fox Business, so that's not take off far. I'm not paying. Not paying. I'm not playing for 5 minutes of Fox News propaganda. Um, Made a fool of himself. Uh, Conservatives in America really do seem to be in their own world because no one else thinks that he made a fool of himself. A lot of people think he made rather damning comments about Trump, but whatevs. NYT, so New York Times is leading religious liberal. That's again religious liberal. Is that her new thing? Is it the religious liberal? Use the pulpit to defame innocent men accused of a crime. Like you accused various people of pedophilia when they aren't guilty, or well, that you can't prove that they're guilty. Ms. Coulter. Religious liberals sat out of politics for 40 years. Now they want in the game. Oh, right. So that's why she's annoyed. She's annoyed because the aspect of American culture that the conservatives have an absolute stranglehold on religion is now being infested by people with different opinions to hers. That's terrible, isn't it, Miss Coulter? Oh. And I should check just to see if audio is audio okay for everyone. I hope so. Anyway, right. Um, she's retweeted a guy called Mickey Course. Don't know. There are a lot of foreign-sounding names in Nan Coulter's feed, which is suspicious. I think she might be a foreign apologist. Anyway, that's taking the piss, by the way. I'm not actually a xenophobe, unlike Ms. Coulter. I don't know why I keep doing that high-pitched voice. That's strange. Anyway, is Handel still not talking about immigration? Dacdis. Who the fuck's Dacdis? D.A. King. Pro-enforcement. Anti-amnesty. Anti-amnesty. Hang on, what the fuck? She just tweeted. Okay, we'll go back to the top in a bit. Anti-amnesty on sustainable limited immigration. And hang on, anti-amnesty on sustainable. Okay. USMC pro-English. That's good. He's pro-me apparently. Protect American workers. Remember 1986? What? No to open borders. Save Israel. Uh, okay. That's weird. New York. Sorry, that's so hang on. She's retweeted a retweet thing from Byron York. New poll shows Ossoff up by 7 in GA06. That's the Georgia 6th district. A look at America's craziest current race. Uh, Special edition to replace American Tom Price. Republican Tom Price in Georgia. Oh God, I don't fucking care. Yeah, that's just weird. And then there's this fucking prick again. Again, responding to Dacdis. So it's a mental case responding to a mental case being retweeted by a mental case. Brilliant. argues Handel is a Chamber of Commerce squish. What the squish? Should we dare Google squish? I mean, I know it means like in like squashing something or whatever, but is there like an urban dictionary on that? I don't know if I can say. Squish, squishies? What? I didn't type in squishies, did I? Squish. To make a soft squelching noise. Oh, yeah, I know that. Okay, urban dictionary, right. Squish. In the asexual community, the equivalent of a crush. I don't think that's what he's referring to, is it? Squish is a platonic crush. Is that what he's referring to? Chamber of Commerce squish on immigration. It might be, I suppose. Let's not go down the Urban Dictionary wormhole. Or indeed type wormhole into Urban Dictionary because nothing good can come down from that. So, you know. Though she does say she's for the. What? Okay. Giving up a big potential contrast. What? This is nonsense. Nope, all of this is still true. The dusting in and society. I don't know. I'm giving up on that one. I think I'm going to count that as being responded to, even though I don't get it because we looked up squish. Bollocks to it. Right. Again, this same prick. Handel's website says the current immigration system is broken and we need to fix it. Poll tested gang of 8 fuzzwords. Gang of 8 fuzzwords. Case closed. Gang of 8 fuzzwords. I mean, what the fuck is he talking about? Well, that's that one tweet. Okay. Gang of 8 may refer to one of the following groups of 8 officials. List of police slang terms. Fuzz, as in the fuzz. Oh, I don't fucking know. This guy's a mental case. If Mickey Course comes up again, we're not responding to that one because it's just nonsense. Current immigration system is broke. Poll tested gang of 8 fuzzwords. Is that what? Is this code? Is he in distress? Is this a fucking signal for us to go and is he being held hostage or something? That's very strange. Anyway, right. She's retweeted Mark Krikorian, obviously. Real, they've cleaned up the ad, ZipRecruiter, but the internet is forever. Here's the cached version. Okay. So what do we got here then? All right, hang on 1 second. Just that wet my whistle. We are seeking a Java developer, H1B only, to become an integral part of our team. You will develop and code for various projects in order to advance software solutions. Other people applied to this job. What? H1B only. What's that? H1B only. I didn't expect to be Googling quite this much, but I mean, H1B visas. Is H1B the only option? Oh, right. So basically, they're asking for a foreign worker. Oh, right. Well, how terrible. They wanted to employ a foreign person. Okay. Founding fathers flipped out when too many Germans moved to America. They certainly didn't want a bunch of Muslims showing up in burqas. What's the thing with the burqa? And she's responding to herself. What mental? What a fucking mental. Right, she says. Right, so it's responding to, again, Fox News. Brilliant. Blair Imani. America was built on the idea that we can express our religious freedoms, that we can have free speech. It's from Tucker Carlson. That's shite, isn't it? Let's have a listen to this, Bob. Oh, yeah, you get the idea, right? Anyway, um, hang on, I've responded to the wrong fucking thing. She was saying, no, it was built on the idea of no, that's the same fucking thing, isn't it? Yeah. Hang on, what the? Fuck. So she's responded to that with that, and then responded to herself again. She's a fucking compound idiot. It's amazing. Right. Okay. So basically, I'm responding to two tweets at once. I'm going to say there. British Presbyterians. Okay, fine. And what is that relevance really? Um. Also, why are you looking toward the founding fathers for your moral compass here, or whatever? Because I mean, they also didn't. I mean, along with not wanting a bunch of Muslims showing up in burqas, absolutely no xenophobia going on there. Obviously, they also didn't want to give up their slaves. They literally owned human beings as property. So let's maybe not look toward them for you know moral guidance. You stupid twat. She's retweeted a guy called John Cardillo. Oh, STFU with this. Using dead bodies to sell a globalist narrative. These people are sick. Seriously sick. ABC News reporting that London Police Commissioner says nationalities of 8 London Bridge victims tell a proud story of city's diversity. Would you not want that mentioned? I mean, what's a globalist narrative? I'm so sick of this globalist shit. Basically, if you're not like, consistently pushing, parroting white nationalist shit, then you're a globalist. Is seemingly what it fucking is. These people are so full of shit. It's not a globalist narrative. It was people of 8 fucking nationalities that were killed. That's of note. Okay. I know your only response, Miss Coulter, was to say Muslims. Let's get rid of Muslims. But some other people have brain cells and stuff and respond slightly differently than you do. Right. Responding to the Daily Caller. So far we've had Breitbart, Fox News, and the Daily Caller as sources, and the New York Post. Brilliant. Right, what's being said? Yeah. Senate unanimously calls for Trump to move embassy to Jerusalem. Hang on. Well, hang on. Everyone in the Senate did that, or I'm not clicking on the Daily Caller. Is this seriously more important than ending Obama's unconstitutional executive amnesty than building a wall, than ending NAFTA? I don't know. Just because you unanimously called for something, even though moving the thing to Jerusalem would be fucking stupid and dangerous and kicking a hornet's nest, just because you're doing one thing does not mean that other things aren't also being done. Like it's so stupid. This is again, it's the relative privation fallacy, just all over. These people fucking love it. You can do more than one thing at a time, Coulter. Fuck's sake. And also, you're saying let's. By the way, if it's unconstitutional, challenge it in a court. It'll get overturned. You idiot. Um, if you're so confident that it's unconstitutional. Um, Yeah, also the executive amnesty. He's not building the wall. The wall's not going to fucking happen. And it seems he's not getting out of NAFTA. He's just going to change it. But also, yeah, also the bigger point, you can do more than one thing at a time. They've unanimously called for this one stupid thing. They can do those other stupid things too if they wanted, and work on more than one thing at a time. She's just retweeted Jay Burton, whoever this twat is. Everyone relax. I'm here. Formerly Hillary PR team and conservative pundit. Oh, it's a dickhead. Okay. The Southern Baptist Convention is just like the GOP. A lot of decent people in the rank and file, and lots of frauds in the leadership. Hashtag SBC 17. That's going to be Southern Baptist Convention. A lot of decent people in the rank. The Southern Baptists, are they the snake handling folk? I don't know. The GOP have a lot of decent people in the rank and file. I mean, I haven't seen that. They did, to be fair, they did elect Donald Trump via the primaries. So, I mean, I'm really going to have to contest that there are lots of decent folk in the rank and file of the GOP, but whatever. Let's not get facts in the way, Mr. Burton. No. Um, right, so she's retweeting someone's shite again. She does a lot of retweeting, it would appear. Claire McCaskill, who is some person. No question, a dark day for our democracy. Full stop. Oh, so not a period. Okay. Out on American. Chuck Todd. Oh, who was that? Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Meet the Press. Took over from Tim Russell. When Mr. Russell sadly passed. Anyhow, hope folks who keep saying it was a good day for X and Y realise that nothing about today was good for anyone. Dark. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I agree there. I mean, I probably agree on different reasons, but yeah, it was a dark day for American democracy because your president is essentially a corrupt as fuck foreign puppet who was sort of outed by the guy who tried to sack for investigating that corruption and foreign puppetry. So yeah, so it was a dark day. Absolutely. I've totally lost count, so we're gonna have to go back and do the thing at the end. But she has tweeted, as we can see there. So we'll count backwards and then get a fresh dump of Coulter shite at the end. Right. Guys, they're saying this Taranto prick. It's another couple from him. Right. Do we even check who he was? He's the editorial features editor in charge of Wall Street Journal op-ed pages. Best of the web columnists, 2000 to 2017. Well, there you go. Right. He's responding to Daniel W. Dresner. A lot of foreign sounding names, Miss Coulter. Professor at Fletcher School, writer, spoiler at the Washington Post, author of The Ideas Industry, Shakers of Hands with Mel Brooks. Okay. There is never a bad situation that Trump can't make worse by his own intervention. President Donald Trump spoke today with Prime Minister Theresa May of the United Kingdom to offer his warm support regarding the election. It's so true. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. Now we are faulting him for an anodyne statement of support for an allied nation's head of government. Um, well, yes, because it shows a basic fundamental misunderstanding of what's gone on and the situation she's in. So yeah, we are going to fault him for not knowing what reality is. Sorry, James, if that offends. Dick. Right. This appears in the newspaper that blamed the Tucson and Orlando massacres on Republicans. Right. He says many Trump supporters engage nonetheless in the willing suspension of disbelief when they partake of right-wing media. They enjoy the ridiculous exaggerations and outright lies for the outrage they provoke in Democrats, liberals, intellectuals, and pompous commentators of all political stripes. Populist conservatives also appreciate fake news for conveying what they see as underlying symbolic truths. That's basically true. And just because it comes from a newspaper that you don't like that said things that you disagree with doesn't mean that that's inherently incorrect, because that is inherently correct. Hopefully we don't get any more from James Taranto because he's a fucking idiot. Right, and Coulter. Oh, back to another idiot. Right. Exclusive, again from the Daily Caller, so, take it with a fucking mountain of salt. Exclusive. White House orders House members to. Oh, that's brilliant. Well done on your wording there. That's not confusing at all. White House orders House members to defend Trump on cable news following Comey hearing, which some House Republicans immediately leaked. Yeah, surprising that. When an authoritarian dickhead tries to act like an authoritarian dickhead and people say, oh, by the way, public, you should probably know that this person that's supposed to be defending you is only interested in defending himself. Then apparently that's a bad thing. Don't quite know why. Oh, she's retweeting James. Oh god, is this the fucking Ben Garrison? I don't know if that's the same cartoonist. I don't know. Death by political correctness. We're not wolfophobic. Islam, and then Sweden, France, Germania, and Britannia. Um, yeah, that speaks for itself. It's boilerplate, right-wing Islamophobic shit. Yeah, I mean that's. I mean, there's nothing more to say, is there? Really, that's just crap, and it's crap art as well. It's oh god, and I love the fact that we're all sheep, but they think they're so independent-minded, and I mean, they're just reactionary filth. They really are. Hey, old Nigel Poos, how does it feel to get wiped out at the election, dickhead? Right, 85% of people voted for pro-Brexit votes. What? Where the fuck is he getting that statistic from? Oh, right. Oh, okay. Right. They're not pro-Brexit parties. You fucking lying propagandist shit streak. He's basically trying to say that Labour are pro-Brexit party. No, they're not. They're going to carry forth the will of the British people, or would have done had they formed a government. But they're not a pro-Brexit party. That's a lie. You know that's a lie, you piece of shit. The only absolutely 100% pro-Brexit party, being the UKIP, got virtually wiped out, less than 2% of the vote. Fifth place. Okay, you've got the Tories, who by and large I was just are pro-Brexit, um, but are led by Theresa May, who wasn't. Although how long she'll be leading, who knows? The Labour Party were against it. SNP are against it. Lib Dems are vastly against it. So actually, no, 85% of people did not vote for pro-Brexit parties. You absolute liar. You total fucking shit streak. Fuck off. Right. And called retweeting the Daily Caller again. I mean, I think the fact that she's repeatedly retweeting the Daily Caller gives you an impression of the kind of journalistic standards this dickhead has. Anyway, Indiana Muslims appalled by accurate list of Muhammad's deeds. The perfect man, married 6-year-old, slave owner and dealer, rapist, beheaded 600 Jews in one day, 13 wives, 11 at one time, tortured and killed unbelievers, educate truthophobes. Okay, I mean, I don't even know what to say about that, really. Yeah, he's not the perfect man, obviously, and Muslims shouldn't get too butthurt about people pointing that out. But you can understand them getting a bit annoyed. You people do, when it's pointed out that actually your God is an utter piece of shit. Because let's bear in mind that Ankles is a Catholic, I believe. When those things are pointed out, when it's pointed out that your church has been involved in huge amounts of child rape, you're not massively fond of that either, are you? The truth hurts sometimes. Paul Joseph Watson, oh God. She's retweeted Paul Watson, who says, the terrorists will never change our way of life. We'll just cancel major events and evacuate shopping centres on a daily basis. Oh God. I mean, you can't win with these people, can you? Either we try and change things to make the situation better, in which case they go, oh no, we're doing changing and terrorists, or we keep calm and carry on, as this saying goes, and oh, you're just capitulating to the terrorists. It's almost as if they wouldn't be happy until all the Muslims were gone, which I suspect is precisely what Mr. Watson will do. And by the way, you can see him with his cigarette there. Can you just hurry up and die of cancer already, you fucking absolute pustule? Right, luckily, Loretta Lynch could depend on Coney's loyalty. Sorry, I got distracted by the name I'm about to have to try and pronounce. Right, sorry, I'll read that again because that was unacceptable. Luckily, Loretta Lynch could depend on Coney's loyalty. She's retweeting a guy called Harry Chartrian. Apologies to Mr. K. Um, Right, oh, for God's sake, why is there so many compound things? Comey, Attorney General Lynch told him to call Clinton email for a matter and not an investigation. Weird how you'll never see this headline on the New York Post or Washington Post or New York Times. They have an important, unverified, anonymous source to report. Who's Harry Couture, the Daily Wire? Oh, God. Contributor, University of Toronto, partisan hack. He doesn't actually say that, but that's what he is. And so is Ann Coulter. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, she's just up her own arse. I really don't know what else to say for that other than stop trying to deflect from the fact that you supported a Russian puppet, dickheads. Right. I found the perfect solution to give. See, this is from Mr. Darcy Esquire. I hope to afford more clarity in the future. Some cunt. Right. I found the perfect solution to give different groups of people their own safe spaces. Oh, right, the nation state thing, because look at all the. Yeah, okay. So no immigration from anywhere to anywhere. Then why have you now settled on these lines? Because these lines weren't always there, were they? White people weren't always in these lands, were they? Moving on. Laura Loomer. Who's Laura Loomer? The Rebel TV. A journalist on the Rebel TV. I'm just going to point out the Rebel TV. So free speech and all that. I'm blocked from following and viewing the Rebel media because I dare to point out that they're followed by lots of white nationalists. Been pointing out that they're followed by lots of white nationalists. Black supporter and info warrior. Oh, well, if it's an info warrior, why do you even need to go any further than that? Why even bother? He's an idiot. Fuck off. From the Daily Caller, weed is a cancer cell destroyer, study finds. And she's responded with, also a brain cell destroyer. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, she's so stupid. I mean, let's go with the brain cell destroying thing. It sort of doesn't matter that it destroys brain cells to the extent that if you don't get rid of cancer, right, your brain's going to stop working because you'll be dead. I'd rather have a slight case of stoner brain than a major case of cancer death. Just saying. And also, I don't see people like yourself calling for an end to alcohol consumption. That kills a lot of brain cells, doesn't it? Or boxing. That kills a lot of brain cells for the boxers. But no, apparently that's not a problem. Uh, right, who's this now? Right, Laura Loomer. No, it's the same person, isn't it? No, what? Is it the same person as up here? Was it? Yeah. No, Rebel Media twat. Fearless girl. Hang on, what's this? Meets Sharia. Gets burqa'd. Oh, I'm not watching the full thing. She puts a burqa on the Fearless Girl statue because she's a fucking idiot. Um, yeah. I mean, I really don't care. Fuck off. Fearless Girl meets Sharia. What? Like, and but this is anti-Sharia thing. Like, that's going to happen in America. Like, Sharia laws ever going there. Fuck sake. Sarah Blackwell, job posting. Americans need not apply. Company prefers to take advantage of foreigners. Only foreigners who are controlled are allowed. Oh, it's the same thing as above, isn't it? The Java developer. Okay, but you're a free market person, and so I mean, I really don't get how you can be free market and the borders need to be completely closed. How does that work in your fucking head? Anyway, Gavin McInnes. Oh, this racist piece of shit. I love that he's anti-Nazi when his core audience are. Yeah. Right. Hate Watch, anti-Muslim activist Irma Hinojosa is at the San Bernardino march in Syria calling for the banning of Quran and Islam. Muslims shoot 36 people in Islam every day. No liberal reactions don't offend them. It's not a matter of not offending them. It's when you call for the restriction of Islam and the Quran, what you're doing is getting rid of religious pluralism, which is a core foundation of Western civilization. So if you don't like Western civilization, Gavin, if you want to be okay with the government closing down religious freedom of speech and stuff, then fuck off to Saudi Arabia, would be my advice. See what I did? I turned your argument back on you. Right. Alleged NSA leaker wanted to burn the White House down. Reality winner, the 25-year-old woman. Is that her name? Reality winner? What? The 25-year-old woman accused of leaking classified documents to a news outlet reportedly wanted to burn the White House. Not from the Daily Mail, of course it is. NSA leaker, reality winner. Is that really her fucking name? That's got to be a code, hasn't it? Reality winner. Tells mother to go nuclear with the press because that's how Manning got out. Do we? Oh God! Do we really want to click on the Daily Mail? Let's have a look what it says. Oh God! Look how far we're only 18 hours ago. Fucking hell! Well, that's loading. I want to just have a look. How many have we done? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck's sake! Why are you being slow now? You cunt. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 32. Let's go with 33 and look at the new one. Yes, but the religion of murderers, less diverse. The religion of their murderers, less diverse. Really? I don't think so, because, I mean, it says 8 nationalities. There are a lot more than 8 nationalities within, what comprise Islam. So that's bollocks. Right, 33. And let's go back to where the fuck we were. Let's try and keep count this time. Come on now, Kev. Right, where were we? There. Oh, no. There. Right. NSA leaker reality winner. What? Why? Oh, what are you being slow for? Fuck's sake. Right. I want to burn the White House down. NSA leaker reality winner 25 is denied bail. As prosecutors claim she may have stolen more top secret information, was fascinated with Islamic terrorism, and planned to play the pretty white girl card in court. Is Ann Coulter supporting this person? I don't know. I don't know. Reality winner mother to play that angle and claim she's been afraid for her life when FBI agents arrested her. Doesn't sound like she's pro her now, does it? But anyway, so that's when she's retweeted the same thing 3 fucking times. You're joking? 4 times? What? 5 times? She literally retweeted the same fucking thing with slightly different headlines, or slightly different, wording to the tweet 5 times. Okay, I mean that's ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can add 4. That's 37. We've responded to 37. Thanks, Anne. You've made that a lot quicker. I just got through 5 in seconds. Brilliant, idiot. Right. So remember, it's 37 at the end of the run of Daily Mail shout-outs there. Ridiculous. Hello, everyone in the chat. Not that that's going to be relevant when I upload this to the main channel, but there you go. Right. Oh, hang on. Whoa there, horsey. Pardon me. Right. She's retweeting Jessica Vaughan. Who's Jessica Vaughan? Director of Policy Studies at the Centre for Immigration Studies. I'm going to guess a racist ass, but I don't know. Fair immigration. Fair immigration, I wonder. We've got Snapchat things, it's bound to be good. Federation for American Immigration Reform, Fair Rights for a Strong America with Controlled Borders, Reduced Immigration, and Better Enforcement. Hashtag no amnesty. God, do we even have to explain why this organisation seems pretty fucking sketchy at best, I would suggest. But anyway, ICE shutters detention alternative for asylum seekers. The Trump administration is shutting down the least restrictive alternative to detention available to asylum seekers who have entered the US illegally. Headline should read: ICE ends dubious, expensive, and ineffective program giving unauthorized free legal services to illegal aliens. Yeah, it really should. You really should just have headlines that are boilerplate word salad from anti-immigrant racist filth. Yeah, that's brilliant journalism. Fuck off, Jessica Vaughan. And Coulter retweeting someone called Maggie, or quote tweeting someone called Maggie Herberman, random woman, New Yorker, White House correspondent for the New York Times, analyst for CNN, retweets unemployed agreement. Yeah, okay. She says, other than Dershowitz, who tweeted supportively of Trump this week, read Comey, don't see any defenders scheduled for Sunday shows. Network should replace Sunday shows with endless repeats of Samantha Bee calling Trump names. What? Are you completely ignoring the point? I mean, anyway. He's saying no one wants to defend him because he's indefensible, but whatever. Yeah, you just have a go at Samantha Bee instead, because clearly the Sunday news show should be compared to the Samantha Bee comedy show. Dickhead. Again, quote tweeting Maggie Herberman or Haberman or whatever the fuck it is. Again, and she does this repeatedly. She repeatedly repeats this thing of retweeting the same shit again and again, which would make it like all the Sunday shows every Sunday. Yeah, there's never anyone defending Trump, is there? Fuck off. I mean, what world is she living in, really? Right. Breitbart, Texas. Oh, well, so it's especially right wing. Texas sheriff actively promoting visas for illegal immigrants. Another girl sheriff, I noticed. Am I allowed to have manly jobs in America? God. Oh, the WUMs have taken over. Oh, it's like in Ann Coulter's world. Uh, it's like feminism didn't happen for her. I mean, she's annoyed it did happen, obviously, but for her, it just didn't happen, did it? Wow, she's a sexist piece of shit as well, isn't she? This, by the way, this tweet is what we mean by internalized misogyny, people. Just in case you ever wanted to look at it in the face. And Coulter, intensity and culture's jaw dropping, gorgeous face, and oh, fuck up. Right, so it's an Ann Coulter fan page, whatever. Right? Coulter says, if anything, Russia tried to prevent Trump from becoming president, cites defamatory dossier Russians produced on Trump. Only evidence of Russian attempt to influence the election dossier on Trump. Comey refused to investigate on utterly spurious grounds. Really, that's the only evidence. So none of the other evidence of hacking, releasing private information on Clinton, producing fuck tons of false stories on Clinton, feeding it to media scum like you. No? Okay. How about the back channels, the talking between his camp and theirs? Anything? No? Okay, okay. Man, you are a liar. James Comey, I can't answer any questions about present reality because there's a possibility that there will be a future. What? I mean, I'm genuinely lost. Oh, so there's a run of things about James Comey. Okay, whatever. James Comey. I can't tell you what colour my shirt is because that would create a duty to correct. Um, what? What is she talking about? James Comey. I can't tell you if it's raining outside because that would create a duty to correct. Oh, okay, so there's right. That this is the joke she's repeating, right? I can't tell you how I'm feeling today because that would create a duty to correct. I can't tell you what time it is because that would create a duty to correct. Right. There's loads of things we can't tell you because it's classified information. And I know as a Trump supporter you don't care about classified information, when Trump releases it, of course. Um, but yeah, this is. I mean, it's a lame joke that you've repeated one after the other, and it's all 19 hours ago. It's still only 19 hours ago on her Twitter feed. Fucking hell! Right, I, that's not funny. None of those are funny, Anne. That's shit. I know it's like an intentional straw man for comic effect, but just well, at least in theory, you're supposed to be a journalist. Right, and Coulter discussing Comey testimony. We're not watching that bollocks. Here's the full interview with Tucker. If you missed it, awesome stuff. Oh, hashtag awesome stuff. Oh God, you have to be sort of up your own arse to tweet your own fan page saying how awesome you are. When you're well, there's nothing wrong with that in general, but when you're being interviewed on like a news station, and it's from YouTube anyway, but whatever. Um, you should have maybe a tad more humility. I'll be on Tucker Carlson tonight. Well, you should have put Tucker Carlson show because if you're going to be on Tucker Carlson, that is a biblical union that no one wants to see. Well, I say that. I mean, if there was a porno with Tucker Carlson and Ann Coulter in it, I'd watch it. There's no doubt about that. See, at least he's honest. Retweets are emphatic endorsements. Yeah, of course they are. Everyone knows that's what they are. Anyway. Inspired by James Comey, I can no longer tell you the time of day because that would impose on me the duty to create. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's the same joke you were doing up here repeatedly. Stop. It wasn't funny the first time you did it, so I don't know why you fucking insisted on repeating that. Best news all year. Chris Kobach launches campaign for Kansas governor. Kobach, Secretary of, hang on, Kansas Secretary of State Chris Kobach launches campaign. Why does she like that particularly? Do you know? Should we have a look at what Chris Kobach is all about, shall we? Yeah, sorry, my internet's being slow as fuck at the minute. I don't know why it's doing that. It's usually a lot better than this. But it might be because Sunday and everyone's at home using the fucking internet bandwidth or whatever. Actually, that's the point. Does that affect um, internet speed when other people like in different houses and stuff are using it? I don't know how it works. Oh, fuck off, kansascity.com with your fucking advertisements. Ah, right, there we go. Straight away, it's fuck off NFL London. Right, bound to crack down on illegal immigration. Of course. I mean, that really is her only thing, isn't it? Immigration. Again, of course, as a white person in America, you're only there because of immigration, you dickhead. Anyway, Homie slams New York Times fake news on Russia probe. Story was almost entirely wrong. Zerohedge.com. I mean, I've never even heard of that. I'm not clicking on it. It's not happening. Oh, you know it must be true because it's got a picture of not Johnny Depp, Brad Pitt as Tyler Durden in Fight Club. So you know, 416,000 subscribers or followers. I don't care. I don't care what this person has to say. Right, Daily Caller again. Oh, you can't get enough of the Daily Caller. Nearly 100,000 dreamers granted amnesty. How Trump loses the next election. Nearly 100,000 dreamers granted amnesty in Trump's opening months. Yeah, yeah. What a surprise. We told you he didn't give a shit and wouldn't do what you wanted him to, so, you know, there you go. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 plus 37 is what? 53. So 53 so far. Down to Koba. No, down to a zero hedge. So that's 53, zero hedge. I'm going to make a quick note of that one. Because I knew I'd forget. This is the thing. Counting, I mean, I can count. Right, there we go. So, there we go. I can count, but I can't count and then read and remember what number, if that makes sense. By the way, you can crop that out saying I can count, but I can't count, because that would make a funny little thing, wouldn't it? I know it's 53 down to Trump loses next election. How silly. Trump, 53 to 100,000 dreamers. Dream, 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 dream. Yeah, dropping a bit of a Buddy Holly on you. I don't know. Mark Krikorian, I think he popped up earlier, didn't he? Yeah, dickhead. Right. For every 1 million people, 4.8 terrorist attacks are conducted by natives, while corresponding number for us is. When he says natives, what does he refer to there? Because if he's talking about Americans, white people are not natives, and that is what he means, clearly. These people always fucking do. Now let's have a look. Is he talking about Americans? He can't. I don't think doing Dick Coughlin's how much bullshit challenge, how much bullshit can you handle or take challenge, is necessarily the place to be doing economic papers. So I'm just gonna skip past that and say, Mark Corian, you're a twat. Shut up. Because that's all he deserves. Right. Michael Tracy. Who the fuck is Michael Tracy? That Ann Coulter has retweeted. Roving journalist for the Young Turks. Good lord. Friend to all dogs. Okay. Comey reiterates that the FBI never gained primary access to the DNC servers, which isn't the point. So why isn't this point ever followed up on? And the FBI in this case, unlike, okay, I don't know why they didn't follow up on that. Okay, and Coulter being rather selective with what she's outraged by. Hack. Today's lesson for good men everywhere: don't ask a dishonourable man for his loyalty. Might as well ask a cocker spaniel to sing Carmen. Okay, I presume that's Comey related again. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, technically she's correct there. Again, good men, not good people, just good men, apparently. Eddie Haskell, hearings are boring. I'm going back to sleep. No one get between Comey and a camera. Okay, what? I wish you would go back to sleep. Permanently. Comey in grade school. Rats out kids, even if they haven't done anything wrong. You're a journalist here. What? I mean, I'm constantly baffled by the stupidity of this woman. I really, oh, not even stupidity. Uh, just I don't know. I don't know what the word is. Malignity, I suppose. Um, and Coulter quote tweeting herself again. She says, obviously, Trump's request re Flynn was to let go of Trump's firing up. Hang on, what? Trump's request re Flynn was to let go of Trump's firing of him. MSN was falsely claiming the reason for firing was contacts with Russia. Nothing improper, nothing improper about Flynn's contact with Russia. He was fired for lying, but Comey enjoys leaving black clouds over Trump admin. How do you know there was nothing improper about Flynn's contact with Russia, Anne? I mean, unless you know what was said, you can't possibly know that. Then again, you are a propagandist, so I mean, make up whatever you fancy, I suppose. All right, that's those. That's a response to that one. So that's both responded to. Great PT by Senator Marco Rubio. Okay. Wasn't he a cuck 6 months ago? I don't know. Through his whole investigation, the only fact that never leaked was that Trump was not under investigation. Well, great PT. What would PT stand for? Part time? Pussy tampering? I don't know. Oh, the only fact that never leaked was that Trump was not under investigation. I mean, what? I mean, just what? Like I say, these people were calling Marco Rubio a cook a year ago, but now he's brilliant, apparently. At any point, anyone in the US could go from not under investigation to under investigation. Comey uses that to blacken reputations. Okay. And she's quote tweeting as well. Comey's excuse for his outrageous refusal to tell public the president, not under investigation is absurd. It would only create duty to correct. Oh my God, the obsession with duty to correct. Fucking hell, shut up. And that was not just that, Robert. She did that run of jokes 2 days later, because this was on June the 8th. So the duty to correct run of 5 jokes was 2 days after. She's still stewing on that duty to correct shit 2 fucking days later. Oh, fuck off. Also, it's interesting these right wing shit streaks going about how we blacken reputations, how law enforcement are bad when it's someone they like that's being picked on. When they're shooting dead black people in the street, oh, that's fine. Oh no, they've left a stain on Trump's character. How awful! Not like Trump does that to himself every fucking day. Clomey. I should stop really reading ahead and just read the actual fucking sentence, right? Comey claims cloud Trump wanted lifted equals entire Russia investigate. Not Comey's piggish refusal to tell public Trump not under investigation. God. I mean, I know you've got 140 characters to work with, so you can't necessarily be entirely eloquent all the time. But that read that back to yourself and think to yourself, this person claims to be a journalist. Right. Comey clarifies he is not picking on reporters. Please write well of me. He's not picking on. Please write well of me. What does that even mean? What? Not picking on reporters. Please write well of me. I don't know what that means. 1.4 thousand, 1.4 thousand, yeah, 1.4 thousand people loved it, and 310 fucking retweeted it, and it doesn't make any sense. I don't think. Could be wrong. Trump didn't. Trump did nothing wrong, so Comey has to give us his mind-reading interpretation of, e.g., why the AG lingered and what Trump really meant. Again, you say Trump did nothing wrong, unless you have access to information we don't. You don't know that he did nothing wrong. Again, you're a hack, so you're just going to make up whatever you fancy to suit your narrative. Okay. Oh, I'm getting towards the point where this is the amount of bullshit I can take. This is getting to me now. I'll be honest, people. This is God Almighty. Hello, people in the chatty chat. Yeah, okay. Are you reading this dead chat? Well, obviously not. Okay. I know who the hero will be. James Comey. Frank, let's retweeting Uncle Frank Bruni, who's a New York Times columnist. Okay. Meatloaf sorcerer. Okay. I say this with administration, not snark, with admiration, not snark, vis-a-vis Comey's flair for detail. I look forward to his first mystery novel. I know the hero will be James Comey. Yeah, you don't like James Comey now, do you? The Trump people. Even though basically his releasing of that bullshit about Clinton on the eve of the campaign, eve of the election, is the only reason he got elected. But now you're turning on him because, I don't know, he's dared to come out against your God King. Who, by the way, he's like the least religious chap ever, Donald Trump, isn't he? These religious dickheads have gone with him because of the Muslims. Comey lives for this. America needs more like you. So someone said that about Comey, and Comey lives. Yeah, people like, praise generally, don't they? I could be wrong. I'm not. Oh, I forgot to keep counting again. Oh, bollocks to it. I'll go back in a bit. And Coulter. More heroics. Comey breaks silence. White House tried to force incapacitated Ashcroft to back spying program. Comey breaks silence. The White House. Yeah, okay. March 2004. President Bush's warrantless domestic spying efforts were temporarily suspended after the acting Attorney General James Comey refused to sign. Okay. So, I mean, he did something good, apparently, and you're attacking him for that? That seems rather peculiar. Actually, no, he doesn't. Again, you're a hack, right? Men like Comey, obsessed with being admired by men, are described in John 12:43. What's John 12:43, I wonder? Oh, 12:43. Biblia. Let's have a look. Right, John 12:43 is the glory that comes from man more than the glory that comes from God. Well, yeah, that's because God doesn't exist, so it would have to be glory from men, because glory from God is essentially self-love, and that's masturbation. Did I just say that God's masturbation? Yeah, basically, it sort of is. I think there's a fair comparison to be drawn there. Massive wanker. Anyway, and Coulter. Comey prepared his testimony. Who should I cast as the hero in this story? I know, me. In writes Comey, set to bonanza music. Okay. I mean, I really don't get that. What are you expecting him or anyone to do? To ride in and say, "Oh, I'm a piece of shit"? No, I don't get it. Anyone? I mean, I know that's what you want him to do because you want ultimately your entire thing is, "Oh, let's protect Trump." But whatevs. Okay. Why else would Comey peevishly refuse to tell the country that Trump wasn't under investigation? Answer to annoy Trump and get good press. Why do you have to shout that? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this obsession with he's not under investigation, or wasn't under investigation. It probably is now, I imagine. But the only reason he's president is because of COVID. The fact that you've now turned on him because he was turned on by Trump in person says it all, really. And again, I mean, I sense that this is going to be a theme because we're now back onto June the 8th, which was that the day that the Comey hearings happened? I'm not sure. Yeah, the idea that that's the only part you need to focus on shows what a propagandist you really are. I mean, you've already said it that there's no collusion between Trump and Russia, and there was nothing wrong with Flynn talking to the Russians, even though you can't possibly know either of those things to be true. Well, the nation is at risk from international terrorism. Comey's sole objective is to trip up his superiors actually trying to fight terror. Trump isn't actually trying to fight terror at all. In fact, he's just sold $100 billion worth of arms to Saudi Arabia, who we know arm ISIS. So actually, terrorism, as it should be, really. Yeah, again, journalism. Use the English language correctly, please. The world is blowing up, and the only thing this guy Comey cares about is his image. Well, I mean, he's now unemployed, so I mean, the fact that the world's blowing up is really not his concern. I don't think. It's not like he's not doing his job as the FBI director because he's caring about his image, is it? Because he's no longer FBI director because he was sacked by your mate because he was investigating your mate. This toady doesn't care anything about anything in his job description. His driving mission is to write about himself acting heroically. Again, he doesn't have a job description anymore, does he? He's been fired. Is there, I don't know, a major international terrorist threat this guy could have been working on? Comey only cares about his own press. Again, see my previous response. Comey's sole duty is to his own reputation, betrays his superiors, then writes exhaustively about it. He's his own Boswell. Again, I'm just going to say, refer to my previous answer. Comey's insane visit to Attorney General Ashcroft in hospital. Comey breaks silence. White House tried to force incapacitated Ashcroft to back spy program. How's that? Hang on, visiting. What? Hang on, what? So they sent Comey to get Ashcroft to support the spy program. Is that what you're saying? I don't know. Maybe it was. Remember this: the single salient event in Comey's career, and President Obama chose him to lead FBI. I think that's what she's saying there. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Comey isn't a scumbag. You're only now saying it. Okay. Comey's entire career consists of one, selling out his bosses if GOP, writing about it, two, writing about it, three, winning plaudits from MSM for his probity. That's not true. Oh, that's so not true. He shit on Hillary Clinton in the campaign. If it wasn't for him releasing that letter about fucking prick face, what's his name, Anthony Weiner and his wife, or I think now ex-wife, or they're going through divorce, whatever. Yeah, he wouldn't have been elected. Trump couldn't have been elected. The campaign was going completely south until the story got pushed back to Hillary Clinton's emails because of James Comey being a shithead. So that's not the idea that he's selling out his bosses if GOP is the complete opposite of reality. And dickhead. Yeah, at real Donald Trump. You get back to work. I'll handle the Comey live tweeting. I mean, yeah, just yeah, okay. Yeah, fuck off. I'm going to count back now. Oh, she retweets Tommy Robinson. So okay, right, up to Tommy Robinson. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Add 27 to what we already had, which is what? 80. Okay. 81 to Tommy Robinson. Okay. Right, so we've got yeah. We've gone too far. There we go. Tommy Robinson, probably going to lie about some Muslims, I imagine. Syrian refugee stabs Red Cross counselor to death in Germany. The 27-year-old Syrian. So it's from the. Jesus Christ, this is going through so many right-wing filters as to be untrue. It's a story by the Daily Mail going through Tommy Robinson, retweeted by Ann Coulter. I'd be surprised if any of that's true. I don't know and I don't care, but Tommy Robinson has done so much lying about Muslims that I just can't take anything he said seriously. Notre Dame terrorist was given an award by the EU for complaining about racism against migrants. From oh, Jesus Christ, having said that about the right wing filters, this one's even worse. It's from Infowars, retweeted by Gert Wilders, retweeted by Ann Coulter. Fucking hell. I mean, if ever three people needed to get, or three organisations needed to get ISIS, it would be those three. That's a joke, by the way. I'm not actually literally calling for Gert Wilders, Ann Coulter, or Infowars to get killed by ISIS. It's a joke. Anyway, Virginia Dare. Who's Virginia Dare? To account of the evidence of the Republican. Oh, fuck off. So some GOP twat. In Europe, denial about jihad remains stubbornly in place. No, it doesn't. I mean, no, it fucking doesn't. You people are just obsessed. That's a thing that's being stubbornly in place. Comment on Breitbart News. Immigration equals single most important thing Trump could accomplish to change the course of US history. She's not even treating Breitbart. She's now treating she's not retweeting Breitbart. She's retweeting the fucking mental cases who comment underneath Breitbart articles. Fucking hell. Ugh. God, these people are obsessed. And not just that, but it's, well, I say they. A lot of the more mainstream ones never say, like, oh, it's about whiteness. But even though that's precisely what it fucking is. Anyway. Finally, some news I'd be interested in. It's from the small G gay. It's Hillary's party. What? Oh, for fuck's sake, internet. Come on now. Behave yourself. Chelsea Clinton offered $1 million for DNA test proving. Oh, right. So they're still on this. So it's not Bill Clinton's daughter. Because, conspiracy bullshit is super duper, apparently. Although she has been retweeting Breitbart and Infowars, so we shouldn't be surprised that she's a conspiracy twat who's prepared to smear whoever she likes for whatever reason she likes. Whatevs. And by the way, what was that about falsely accusing people of crimes earlier? Because you just falsely accused. Well, technically, it's not a crime, but you just falsely accused Hillary Clinton of um, infidelity, there, marital infidelity, so. With no evidence. Mike Rosenberg, who's Mike Rosenberg? Seattle Times reporter covering housing and real estate, formerly at San Jose Mercury News, also blah, blah, blah. The number of drug overdoses skyrocketed about 5 years after Reagan rented illegal aliens. Amnesty, heroin equals 100% of a Mexico on our border problem. I mean, it's also a problem that the war you backed in Afghanistan has vastly increased opium poppy production, which is the constituent ingredient of heroin. Problem. But anyway, never mind. Let's just blame the Mexicans. Yeah. Also, the war on drugs, which you people have supported for years, including. I mean, you even tweeted about how terrible weed is. For fuck's sake. Anyway, You hate London policemen. Apologise. Again, all caps, so you know you can tell she's a quality journalist. CNN law enforcement analyst retired. Okay. Right. The fact that all police officers in London are not armed shows that the threat to terrorism is not taken seriously enough by some politicians. No, it's the British public don't want them to be armed because, unlike in America, we're not massively fond of British citizens being shot dead by police officers. So, fuck you. It's bad enough for a federal investigators to leave a cloud of suspicion over a private citizen's head. This was the president. What? What? Right. She again, she's retweeting herself from before. She does this a lot. She'll put a tweet out and then retweet herself. I mean, that's shit. Comey's abject refusal to publicly announce that the president of the United States was not under investigation. That's the only thing she cares about. The only point she cares about was that he previously wasn't under investigation. Okay. Using Comey wouldn't publicly announce Trump was not under investigation. It would create a duty to correct should that change. Well, okay. I mean, that's again duty to correct. She's still on about that. Comey's testimony shocked his infuriating refusal to tell Trump Trump not under investigation. Comey's testimony shows his refusal. Well, that's the same thing. Oh, again, so she's retweeting it. Oh, fucking. Oh. She's a dick. She's just a dick who keeps doing the fucking retweeting herself thing. It's really annoying. Stop it. Oh, God, we're only on June the 8th. How far back are we now, for fuck's sake? I don't think the story will get as much play as would have if dismissed Marine were a hetero man who hit his wife. Helicopter squadron commander relieved of duty to. Oh, so a wife beat a husband. I don't think the story would get as much play. What's hang on? Doesn't make sense. What is she saying? Because Ann Coulter generally doesn't tend to give a fuck about male and female violence. So why is she? She seems to be making the opposite point than the one I would expect her to make, which is peculiar. JDN News, Jacksonville, North Carolina. Helicopter. Mike McHugh. Quality piece of nameage. Hang on, how can we go under relief duty to loss of trust and confidence? A new, as last recommended, the former duty. What? That's all. Charged with simple assault and misdemeanor. Okay, but oh fuck's sake! What? I fucking hate the internet sometimes, man. What the fuck is it doing? Absolute fucking cunt. Right. Warren's courthouse accused of scratching the victim on the chest and punching the victim on the chest. Okay. I don't even know the point she's. It seems that she's making the point that if it was a hetero man, if it's his wife. Yeah. Okay. I mean, if the point she's making is that male on female domestic violence isn't taken as seriously by the media, okay. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know if that is the point she's making, but that's what it appears to be. Am I reading that wrong? I don't know. Anyway, and Coulter retweeted a guy called Paul Nillen. Come on. Oh, the internet's being really ridiculous now. Factory floor to Fortune 500 by God's grace, grit, determination, and the US Constitution. Oh, he's a twat. Yeah, no doubt about that. Moab level truth bomb by Ann Coulter eviscerates Ryan. pretty much all Western leaders, save for Poland. And then by the way, do you remember when you were going earlier about Matthew 12:43 about the glory of men rather than the glory of God? And remember that? Numbers USA. Right. Who or what are Numbers USA? Provides a civil forum for Americans of all political and ethnic backgrounds to focus on a single issue: level of US immigration. First quarter of 2017, just 18% of 16 to 17-year-olds US-born Americans had jobs, a historic low, because of the free market economics that you support, by the way, there. Why did the BBC edit out the part where the eyewitness says the attacker shouted, "This is for Allah," and Quran verses? Did they? Did that actually happen, Paul? I don't think you can be trusted on editing shite, though. Just saying. A new column is posted, "All we need is love and deportation." you're, oh, you're a parody of yourself, man. All we need is love and deportation. I don't think that Beatles tune would have been as popular if they'd added "and deportations." All you need is love and kick out the Muslims. Someone needs to make that cover, ironically. Anyway, if the Marines took domestic violence seriously, they wouldn't be so secretive about the arrest. First female commander of Marine Corps charged. Oh, right, so now she appears to be not taking the line I thought she was about domestic violence. I don't know. But anyway, domestic violence should be taken very seriously, yes. I mean, I'll agree with her on that point, but I don't know. I'm always skeptical. Who's Donald Broom, by the way? I think it's always interesting to see who they pro-Israel, followed by Hannity and Coulter de Souza. Oh, right, he's a scumbag. Yeah, I'm always skeptical of Ann Coulter or any of her ilk and their motives. And I know you shouldn't appeal to the motives, obviously, but it always seems to me like there's some ulterior motive to anything they say. Pamela Moore, who's this? There's nothing there. Okay. I'll just leave this here. London Borough. Trump's ignorant view of Islam could make both our countries less safe, risks alienating mainstream Muslims. London has proved him wrong. What's that got to do with anything? Seriously, what the fuck has that got to do with anything? Even if somehow this attack proves that all Muslims are shit or something. Taking the approach that Donald Trump has is still risks alienating mainstream Muslims. That's still true. But Ann Coulter's going to retweet that anyway because let's attack Muslims. Basically, it's that thing. Mike Kofifi. So I just tweeted about red-pilled hot fire takes, and he's a scumbag. What is Gavin McInnes saying then about London?
Just to be crystal clear, they have to yell, "This is for Allah," as they stab, because liberals keep diluting their message. Just to be crystal clear here, I'm stabbing this woman because I'm a terrorist, because I'm a Muslim terrorist. I follow the Muslim religion. That is why this knife is going into this woman.
Okay, so more anti-Muslim stuff. Okay, brilliant. Gavin McInnes. Again, I mentioned earlier that Richard Spencer has the most punchable Nazi face in the world. Gavin McInnes runs him a close second. Just saying. James Taranto. Oh, we said we're skipping Taranto. Fuck Taranto. Don't care what he has to say. Frank Coulter. After Trump, the clerisy no longer feels it needs to contain its contempt for the population. Scott McDonald, Daily Beast. Okay, brilliant. And put the analogy of failed peasant revolt worth remembering. Trump can still make progress. What? I'm not reading the fucking article. Bollocks to that. The clearacy no longer filling population. I died. Shut up, Anne. That basically that I could just win this contest by just going shut up, Anne, after every single tweet because it'd be accurate enough, wouldn't it? Right. More than half of the pop. Fuck's sake, Kev, come on there. I'm getting to the end of my run here, frankly. This is doing my head in. More than half of all journalism jobs are now in cities where Clinton won by over 30 points in 2008. They had less than a third. This is an important article. Oh, it's the same. Oh, she's retweeting the same fucking article again. What? And by the way, Anne, going on about where journalists live, should we take a look where you live? Is it? Oh, come on now, man. Right. Why is the internet being like this for? I don't know. Anyway, the basic point is she lives in New York and Los Angeles, which is where Clinton won by. So whatever. What the fuck? My internet's being ridiculous at the minute. It's really annoying. Right, so it's the same article again. There, and the same article again, and the same article again. How many times has she done that now? She like retweets the same shit 5 fucking times. Right. Let's have a count back, and we can have the end of the Scott McDonald thing. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We didn't do Toronto. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What the fuck? Yeah, look, she lives in New York and Los Angeles, right? That's the point there. Fuck up, internet, you cunt. Oh, now it's gone completely. Brilliant. And I've totally lost fucking count, you. Right, I can fuck off. Let's do my bandwidth. Gone mental. Right. Fucking hell. The same. Back to these fucking articles. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We didn't do Toronto. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that one's my favourite stuff. All we need is love and deportation. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We can have 23 more to the bollocks we already had, which is 104. Fucking hell. I think the score to beat is like 150 or something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so we've got that. We got 104 so far. Hopefully, there's no more James Taranto because that, yeah, we didn't like him from earlier, did we? Right. So, James Burton. On some campuses, white students can go for seconds, even minutes, without hearing how backward and evil their grandparents were. Grey F. Whinging, yeah. Just whinging about how, oh no, black people are pointing out racism and stuff. Just whining. Perhaps you would prefer a white safe space. Perhaps. Who knows? Oh, what? All right. She's retweeting a girl called Christoph. Halalcoholism. Halalcoholism. Okay, secular humanists so woke that I struggle to get adequate sleep. Hilarious. Jacob Kairi was saved from a refugee camp as a boy. He repaid his adopted country by engaging in two terror plots. Again from the Daily Mail. So he's literally just saying immigrants are scum. That's Ann Coulter. Basically, most of Ann Coulter's tweets can be summed up with immigrants are scum. Don't trust them. Retweeting Godfrey Elfwick, genderqueer Muslim atheist. All right, so a scumbag. Not, um, whenever they do that, I'm a genderqueer atheist Muslim dinosaur king or whatever. Or attack helicopters, another one they do. You know they're scum. Okay, no need to be alarmed. The police are doing all they can to defeat the real problem within our communities, bad words on the internet. Right. And that's from Cheshire Police, as we would remind all social media users to think carefully about what they are saying before posting messages online. Although you may believe your message is acceptable, other people may take offence and you could face a large fine or up to 2 years in prison if your message is deemed to have broken the law. Right. Again, the fallacy of relative privation. The police have to enforce all laws. So the law, regardless of whether you like the law or not, the law is there at the moment that hate speech on the internet can lead to a large fine or up to 2 years in prison. So the fact that they're putting that message out saying, by the way, don't do this thing because it's against the law, doesn't mean they can't also tackle terrorism, which I presume is what you're doing there. I presume you're saying they shouldn't be doing this, they should be focusing purely on terrorism because Muslims. But they can and indeed have to do both and a lot more because that's what policing is supposed to be about, really, isn't it? Anywho, moving on. Big tentacle. That's what she said. I get the argument. Let's not overreact to terror. Dudes are literally starring in jihadist documentaries. We're not reacting at all. That's to London, isn't it? They're talking about he was in the terrorism. What? It was a documentary about jihadists rather than a jihadist documentary, but yeah, okay. Um, we're not reacting at all. Well, hang on, didn't you retweet Paul Joseph Watson earlier saying that we shouldn't be reacting to it because we're doing things like cancelling events or whatever. So do you want us to react or to not react, Dan? It's almost as if you don't really have any idea what you're talking about. Right, and Coulter retweeted. The terror alert level has been raised from tea light to scented candle. About as funny as cock cancer. Brilliant. Right. James, who's Ryan James Gurdesky? Red alert politics. Some wanker. Ryan agenda has been to an utter disaster for Trump. Ryan agenda health tax not only floundering, it's blocking most of Trump agenda, i.e. infra per G cone accident. Okay. Oh, Mickey Course is back. Hello, Mickey. Dickhead. Does he have goats? Did I see goats there? I did see goats. Awesome. Okay, goats. Totes my goats. Right, yeah, the right agenda has been a disaster for Trump, but Trump has been a disaster for Trump too. So yeah. It reminds me of the great quote about George McClellan during the American Civil War. And it said that even though he brought superior forces, one thing was in our advantage because he also brought himself. Um, and yeah, Trump is not unlike that as well. Jimmy, who's Jimmy? He got a kick, so presumably he's relatively famous. Maybe not. I don't know. For music presenter. Okay. So excited to announce my new cookbook, Truly Scrumptious Baby. It's coming in September. You can find it. Is she going to cook the baby? It's supposed to be Truly Scrumptious, baby, I presume. And so it's basically just a spelling mistake. Okay. That's sort of funny, I suppose. Got nothing else to say about that. Here's I'm talking with Varney Co. earlier today. about Trump travel ban and Kathy Griffin. More whinging. Oh, shite. Did you know a book called Godless came out today in 2006? So basically, she just, no, no. Oh, press the thing, it's gone back to the top. Oh, buggering bollocks. Right. Oh, shit. Basically, she retweeted a couple of pics from the Intensity fan page again. The Blaze. Oh, that's shit. The Blaze. Where old Tamitha Lorensky used to work. And Coulter calls on President Trump to halt all immigration. Of course she does. Why wouldn't she call for that incredibly unworkable policy? Oh, because she just gone back. Ann Coulter chat. Is that another Ann Coulter fan thing? Yeah, it would appear so. Coulter called on Trump to impose temporary ban on all immigration. Breitbart. Okay. So retweeting another right wing piece of shit. We're talking about herself there. So not just that, but if it was unconstitutional just to ban Muslims or to ban people from those 8 countries, how the fuck do you think he's going to possibly ban immigration from all countries, you dickhead? Like, have you even bothered to consider that possibility? Oh, you fucking idiot. Leftist attack Trump supporter in Australia. Sky News host Andrew Bolt has been protesters outside. Let's have a look. This one could be vaguely interesting. Protesters get more than they're bargaining for when Andrew Bolt bashes back. Hang on a minute. It's basically a fight between people with different political opinions. Controversial columnist news clobbered a group of masked protesters who set on him in Melbourne. Explained how he was about to launch a book on President Trump, President Coulter, in the city's inner north when a woman asked to take a selfie with him. Before they could take the photo, two masked protesters set upon Bolt, spraying him in the face. Described as a sticky liquid with glitter and dye. Could be a fabulous cum shot. The protesters may have got more than they bargained for because Bolt quickly retaliated. So basically, it's a fight between political opponents. Okay. So I said, having said that, could be quite interesting. It wasn't. Offended by Eric Trump saying Dems aren't people, may I suggest an what the fuck ayahuasca ceremony where you set the intention of figuring out what matters. Well, no, dehumanizing people isn't great either way, is it? Moshi Kasha, who's that person? Comedian, conservative libtard, problematic on comedies and fuck off. Derek Hunter, who's Derek Hunter? Probably a twat. Contributing editor to the Daily Caller. I was right. The Georgia woman charged with leaking classified information is scared after her arrest, her mother says. Oh well, then just release her. No one realised she was scared after committing a felony and violating the oath she took. Okay. Trump's violated the oath he'd taken, by the way, just so you know. Republican representative floats cutting funding from schools that limit free speech. Republican from the Daily Caller, yeah, that's not going to happen. FBI training manual purges reference to Islamic terrorism. I'm almost certain that isn't true, and your source is Facebook. So I mean, I'm really not sure how well researched that might be, but you know, I'm coming up on Mark Simony or Simone. That's what New York right now. Should I do a joke about I like coming on him as well? No, I won't. I'll take the high road, even though I just literally did the joke. Context. Oh my god, she's multiple retweeting herself again there. So this is the same thing. Context claims, context claims. Context claims at what London Mayor said equals BS said. There is no reason to be alarmed by this. We are the safest global city in the world. I'm not entirely sure what that means because that's garbled salad at the start there. Who exactly would be alarmed by seeing police other than criminals and terrorists? Well, people in general, because when you see police around, some shit's going down. It's not necessarily the police themselves that are the problem. It's the fact that their presence means that something's going on that's would be, alarming potentially. London Mayor then blathered about how excellent the police's response was to terrorism. Why does she keep doing fucking capitals all the time? You saw last night a swift response. Yeah, that's why is that a problem? I thought you supported the police. Yeah, the police did really respond brilliantly, actually. 8 minutes from the first initial call of the thing to the police to the terrorist being dead. That's a pretty swift fucking response. That's something worth noting, surely. Don't listen to the haters, Donald Trump. Please keep tweeting. Didn't you say earlier that you should stop tweeting, that you'd do it instead? Hmm. We're hected to be like the French on adultery and global warming. On adultery? What? Why can't we be like the French on hiring large, strong men as cops? I mean, there are so many levels of sexism going on there. Anyway, uh, Paris police very macho, unlike the little girls on New York Police Department. Only 2 shots fired, one hit the Muslim in the thorax. Considering you live in New York and rely on the New York Police Department, I do hope they fail you miserably, Alan. They're little weak girls, right? Twat. Right, we'll count back from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, come on. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23, wasn't it? Yeah, because it was to the end of the thing, wasn't it? No, hang on. It was to fascist Helmet, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 20. No, we didn't do that one. 29. Hang on. I've totally lost count there. No, I don't know. Can anyone help me with that? I don't know. I don't know where I got to. We'll just go back to fascist Elmo again. Apologies for the countingness that's gonna I've been having to do here. I wanted to keep track of it, and I've been very poor at doing that. Clearly, right. So we know it's 104 to there. Okay, cool. Right. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like 12, 13. Seriously, I'm so sorry about the slowness of the internet. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Didn't do that one. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. So we're up to exactly one fiddy. One video. 152 little girls NYPD. Right. I am very much getting toward the end of my thing here now. So, Syria, Muslim cleric smashes a statue of the Virgin Mary and shouts takbir and Allahu Akbar. Okay. Well, that's obviously incredibly disrespectful. Like a figure within Islam as well. I thought she was. I could be wrong. That's unnecessary, isn't it? That's not nice. From based monitored. Who's this person? Okay. I mean, I don't. Again, if your point is this Muslim is a twat, fair enough. But obviously, with Coulter, it's often all Muslims are twats, which is not fair enough. Fuck you, James Taranto. Mark Krikorian. Colorado ski resort begs Congress to help them avoid having to pay higher wages. The land workers resort have raised wages, with Vail Resorts bumping its minimum wage for entry travel. Okay, so you want Americans to be poor as well. That's super duper. We need control on our borders. Theresa May gets back to Brexit after London attack. Right. Yeah. Don't. I mean, that's from July the 5th. So that's before the election, or June the 5th. This is before the election. Clearly, the British people didn't care. They're fucking bullshit, did they? I know. On American businesses might have to pay its workers more. Yeah, yeah. But hang on, is Ann Coulter now saying that she wants them to? Because they really should. So is Ann Coulter now agreeing? I don't know. She gives off really weird mixed messages sometimes. Jessica Vaughan's back. Oh, good. Go. Deportation cases lagged under Obama. Cases that took a month under Bush took a year under O policies. Okay. It's interesting that you use the Washington Times as a source when it suits, right? And indeed, Jessica Vaughan. Still no evidence that Russia wanted Trump to win, but it's becoming increasingly clear that Islamic terrorists wanted Hillary to win. Did they? What's that based on? And also, there's so much evidence that Russia wanted Trump to win. God Almighty, there was like a mutual fellatio thing going on between Trump and Putin during the campaign. Trump literally even asked Russia to hack into the emails of Hillary Clinton. And again, like I say, there's the back channels of conversation between Trump and Russia, or the Trump campaign and Russia. Virtually everyone in his fucking team has had links with Russia. They were secretly meeting with Kislyak, the Russian ambassador in Washington. The fact that the Russians were pumping out fuck tons of information about Hillary Clinton privately, coming up with fake stories. It's known that they were tweeting them during times where they knew Trump was tweeting, so that he would retweet them, and he did often. Which is ironic that he now talks about everyone else being fake news, when actually it's you who is the fake news, and you fucking idiot, you prick. I've had enough. I'm done. Yeah, that's it. I've reached my limit. I've reached my fucking limit of bullshit. Yeah, so let's have a look at the final totals. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Okay, so we've got that. And 6. So we've got 156. That's the final. That's the final tally. So yes, everybody, final tally of 156 appallingly shit tweets from Ann Coulter. Oh God, I feel unclean. I'm gonna have to go and wash myself with bleach, I imagine. Not literally, that's a joke. Anyway, yeah, so my nomination is Rose Williams, as I said, to read the tweets of Richard Spencer and metaphorically punch the face that has actually been punched. Yes, thank you all for listening and watching. Yeah, and go and watch all the other ones that people have done on this challenge because it's quite fun. Thank you all for listening and watching. Fuck you, Coulter. And to the rest of you, hip hip.